Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. While most news agencies are reporting the ongoing relief efforts in the Philippines, the stark reality of events taking place during disaster recovery cannot be overlooked, as widespread looting and violent criminal activity is becoming overwhelming in some areas of the country, with reports of hundreds of desperate residents storming a rice warehouse near the city of Tacloban and relief trucks being overwhelmed by armed militant gangs. Authorities with the country of Saudi Arabia have officially sent a message to the United Nations telling them that they would not be taking up a seat on the UN Security Council over the growing divide and what appears to be a broken deal between the United States and Saudi Arabia concerning military intervention that is yet to take place in Syria. While Western powers continue to hold a military presence within the region amid the threat of action over Syria's civil war, the Saudi Arabian government stated that the 15 countries' deadlock over Syria was irrefutable evidence and proof of the inability of the Security Council to carry out its duties and responsibilities. Israel's prime minister announced late Tuesday that the country would suspend and reconsider initial plans to build thousands of homes in the settlement areas of West Bank, saying that the plans could undermine Israel's campaign for tougher action on Iran's nuclear program. Analysts close to Israel say that there is a growing discord between the U.S. and Israel over America's acceptance of a nuclear Iran, and Israel's pursuit to terminate all of Iran's nuclear facilities for fear of the Islamic nations want to create a nuclear weapons program. As Egypt continues a proclaimed purge of the Islamic organization the Muslim Brotherhood, authorities within the country say that they have arrested a former supply minister as well as a number of other leading Brotherhood figures for charges of inciting violence and criminal activity under the Islamist President Mohamed Morsi's rule. Bringing the total number of foreign troops within the country above 22,000, the United Nations Security Council has authorized more than 4,000 new servicemen to fight with the African Union forces battling militants in Somalia. Activists against armed forces working with or for the intergovernmental organization around the world are continuing to voice their concern that the governing body may be overreaching its responsibility and becoming an armed policing force with no citizen or national oversight. And to wrap things up, Google is warning of fallout as the public realizes that their every virtual move is being monitored by a government agency. A translation of a Japanese article shows that Tokyo Electric is acknowledging damage to fuel rods within reactor number 4 that has been hidden for over 25 years, possibly hampering the dangerous ongoing efforts to remove nuclear fuel at the site. And a 6.1 in the Scotia Sea completes today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by the Full Spectrum Survival DVD series. Learn the skills needed to prepare for a disaster before it happens, support our production, and become a part of the campaign today.